Hi everyone, I'm Kristin. I'm at Dept for more than 3 years now, and I'm leading the People and Culture Business Partner team, and I'm super excited to be here today with my colleague Ben to host this live recruiting event.
Hi, I'm Ben. I'm a senior software developer working with Dept, and I will introduce 2 new jobs to you today. One is a TypeScript React engineer, and the other one is a architect or Fullstack developer.
And we even have 3, right?
Yes,
senior
there's a third
developer.
option. So if you're not decided yet, there's a last option for you.
Yes, and we just want to let you know, of course, we have followed all the necessary 2G+ rules here on set, so everyone is happy and healthy afterwards. And if you're wondering where we are at the moment, we are in the Dept Hamburg office right now in our cantina, which is a place where we usually hang out and chill, have coffee or lunch. And in our Hamburg office, I think we have 130 depsters who are employed here, but worldwide we are 2,000 depsters who are working in a lot of countries, and we have 30+ offices around the world in more than 5 continents.
Yes, and we also have 20 years plus experience in our business, and we are a B Corp now since I think half a year.
Since last year.
Last year, yeah. And this is cool because we take care about our environment.
Yeah, and this year we are carbon neutral by now, and our goal is that we are next year in 2023 even carbon negative, so that's quite an ambitious goal, but we are on a good way to get there. But before we dive into all the Dept facts, let me give you a quick explanation what you can see on your screens at the moment. So on the very upper left corner, you can see the jobs we are talking about. Ben will talk about them in a few minutes. And if you click on them, then the player minimizes, and then you can just scroll through the job descriptions. There will be also an apply button, so you can press there, and then you get right to our application form. So that's really nice and easy. And for us, it's most important that you interact with us. So please just put in all of your questions and then give yourself a chat name, and then off you go.
Yeah, please don't hesitate to ask any questions. There are no stupid questions.
Yeah.
And all of these questions will be taken care of by either us directly or by some colleagues which are working in the background for tech and for job-related questions. So please give your questions.
Yeah, and the chat team will even be available up to 10 minutes after we are done with this live stream, so there's plenty of room for your questions. Yes. Ben, I think if we look back what happened at Dept since we started, we can say that a lot of things changed because Dept is growing rapidly at the moment. We have a lot of different cool projects, and we're working with several clients from different industries, and we help them to build and accelerate their digital business. And yeah, we have a really cool project. We had a really cool project last year, the Meta Festival. So our metaverse journey started last year with that, and that was quite nice.
That was really cool because everyone who were taking part in this event could go around the whole place like as a 3D character and move from stage to stage. And this is quite cool and really shows how progressive Dept is. And this is also a huge opportunity for you if you decide to join us, because you can work with other locations from Dept where these technologies are in use.
Yeah, and you work in international teams, especially in that field of expertise, so that's really cool. But I have to say, personally, Dept is a really great place to work at because Dept puts their people first. And Dept has a culture which is small enough to care, but also big enough to cope, which really resonates with me because I have the feeling when I'm at the Dept office, I have this familiar local feeling with my team and my colleagues here in Hamburg. But on the other hand, I'm also in this international environment where I have all those growing opportunities, and I can just have a lot of room to learn and grow.
Okay,
yeah.
There's one question in the chat. So we were asked, why are we using React and not Angular? I think you are starting something like a war when it comes to technologies when you ask these questions. So for us, it's just something because we are used to use this technology, and we can use it in a different way than Angular, because Angular is more like a framework and React is more like a front-end component. So this is one of our reasons to use React instead of this Angular.
Yeah. So you're already diving into the role at the moment. But let me say something more about Dept before. So at Dept we have more than 65 nationalities who are representing Dept, which is super cool. So we have a really diverse culture, and we speak a lot of English too. So English is our company language, and all of our meetings are in English, and which makes it easy for everyone to participate and communicate.
And even if you want to learn German, I mean, there are German classes.
Or Dutch.
There are German and Dutch classes.
Yeah.
So you have different opportunities to get in touch with the people. So that's really cool.
Yeah, and also we work with a professional relocation agency which helps us to relocate newbies from all over the world, and helps with visa processes and applications and even temporary housing. So that's really nice. Yeah. And we got another question.
Yes, it's from
also
Hugo.
very technical.
How likely is a junior developer with no professional experience to start working at Dept? There is no cons about it. So if there's a job, you can try to apply for it. But also, if you are not finding any job description which might match your skills, you are still able to do a what is it called? A proactive application. Proactive application. So if your profile is interesting, we can still have a look at it, and maybe you're fit for a different role.
Yeah. So really, please get into contact with us. Our recruiters are really happy to talk to you, even if you think, or even if you are unsure if your profile is right or not. Yeah. So that's for that. I can also say that Dept is a really great place to grow. So not only a great place to work, but also a great place to grow, because we have a lot of different growing possibilities at Dept, international careers, horizontal moves. So lots of different career paths. And also we are providing different trainings or workshops, because we really want to put the development of our Depsters in focus, because I think every one of us wants to work somewhere where we have the feeling where we can grow. So that's what matters to us, and that's why we work for that. Yeah,
talking about horizontal move, we have some colleagues, and I think I'm an example for this, who were changing from one of their former jobs to a new job. So for me, I was starting at Dept at 2017, and I started as a backend developer. And now I'm a completely different role. I'm more in a front-end centric role, but also I'm an architect. So this is a really, really cool combination, because all the new recent projects we are building are somehow related to this way of working. So this is really cool. And we also had examples from the past where people were changing, for example, from HR to front-end development, or from QA to development, or vice versa.
To project management. Yeah.
So there's a lot of opportunities, and this is some cool thing.
Yeah. So, but let's talk about the roles we want to advise here today.
Yeah.
So let's start with the React TypeScript engineer.
Yeah.
That's a really nice title. We were laughing about it beforehand. So what is expected from this role, Ben?
Yeah, so what is expected is at least 2 years of experience in developing React, because this is vital to us. Also, you should not be starting with TypeScript from scratch, but you should have at least some experience, because this is something we do. And also, you should not be shy about talking to other people, because in this job, and this is something maybe, we are coming to this later, but it is really cool that in this job you are talking to so many different people from different departments, like creative jobs, UI, UX. So you're really able also to create something different, which is really, really cool. You're not just building something somebody's expecting from you, but you can help create it.
Yeah, so if that sounds interesting to you, just click on the little buttons on the left corner so you can apply easily. And I also saw a note from Rafaela, who is living in Ecuador at the moment, and who asked if she can apply here too. Of course, please feel free to apply. It is not a problem for you if you want to move here. And then I said earlier, we have English as a common language in place, and I would love to welcome you here. I was also in Ecuador once, and I would love to have you here. Yes. So Ben, if we look at the role we just talked about, what are development areas for that role?
Development areas directly leads us to the second job we have in store today, which is the Fullstack architect. So this is, I would say, an upgrade to the TypeScript React engineer, because in the end you're doing a bit more than just developing. You're also planning architectures for like a big picture. So you're not only solving the problem directly in code, you're also making up your mind about how to solve special requirements and special situations for your client. And this is a really cool thing. This is what I'm doing actually at the moment. So I'm talking a lot to clients directly. I'm in meetings, I'm discussing about solutions. And then afterwards, I'm talking with the team, with the specialists who are in the end solving this. But it's always like a team effort. It's never, you never work alone. You're always around specialists. So this is what's really cool.
And what do you like best about your role?
Currently for me, it's the tech stack we are using because it's really something new to me and also to other colleagues I'm working with because it's all brand new or all like modern technologies. We use React. We use React in a serverless context, although we are having an isomorphic way of handling it. So we have client-side rendering and server-side rendering. We also use GraphQL and yeah, it's a really cool way of doing architecture solving when you are not bound to any servers around.
And Tim is asking if you're writing CSS?
That's a good question. No, I don't, and I'm kind of surprised to read this question. I have something related in my mind who might have asked this question. No, I don't. I still don't, but it's not needed.
Yeah, so it's not needed for your role.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay, that's good to know. Perfect. And how many people are in your team?
Around about 10 at the moment, which is changing depending on how much work is to do there. But there's a lot of upcoming requirements we need more people for.
Okay. And then we have a funny question. Jose asked, what about the zebra band behind you?
I can't tell, actually. I was also wondering.
Okay, well, I would say you have to apply a Dept and join our team to find out. But I can give you maybe the little hint to watch our Dept Festival videos from the last years. Maybe then you can find out. Yeah. All right, so if you're interested, please ask more questions to Ben right here, or also feel free to apply directly. You see those buttons I mentioned earlier in the very top left of your screen. Lovely. Also, maybe if you have the feeling that those two roles are not the roles you are looking for, we have other open vacancies online, so you can apply there. Or as Ben said earlier, you can also just write a proactive application. Our recruiters will really check every single one and then will contact you within the next days. And yeah, we really like to get in touch with you.
There's a new question from Max. I think Max is around here a lot today. So as I heard, you were doing a lot of shopware. Are you developing shopware shops with React TypeScript? To be honest, I can't tell at the moment, but as we still do shopware, it might be really, really possible to do it in the future. I think especially for this React TypeScript combination, there are no boundaries anymore. So you can use it with every different shop system or framework. So this is what the current project I'm currently working on showed me, that there is so many different use cases for this combination of technologies. But a good question, but I can't tell at the moment.
Yeah. Are there other questions?
There's one from Jose. Do you also take career changes? So I think we're totally open to that. I think what is most important is that you're not like a beginner in this field of business, but you at least have 2 to 3 years experience, and also experience with the technologies we are using or we are like searching people for. But yes, just give it a try. I think there's a lot of options.
Yeah, and as I said, if you're insecure, if your profile fits to Dept, just apply and get in touch with our recruiters, then you can find out. Really, we encourage you to contact us. Yes. All right. Then maybe if there are no other questions, do you want to talk a little bit about how a typical day for you is at the moment?
There was just another question.
From Kaya.
Kaya, is it possible to only work 4 days a week? I think I could answer it, but maybe you can answer it in a better way.
Yeah, of course. It is possible to work 4 days a week. We are really flexible with part-time working, and you can just tell it when you apply that it's important for you, and then we will consider it. So yes, it's possible. And then another one, also from Kaya. Can I bring my dog to the office? Please do.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
We are always in need for field managers, but you need to align with the other dog owners, so there won't be any bad situation happening here.
Yeah. I think we have like 7 office dogs at the moment, so they're welcome. Yeah.
There's another question from Carlis. What do you think about Shopify headless? Good questions. I never worked with Shopify before, but if it's supporting headless, I guess if the API structure is well designed, if it's a GraphQL, if it's a REST API, why not use it? But I can't tell at the moment because I didn't do a Shopify project yet.
Yeah. Okay.
So if there's anything else, there's somebody, Artie. I have more than 3 years of experience. I have worked on Angular. What is the scope? Please reply.
You are replying right now, right?
Yeah, I'm about to reply, although I have to think about what to answer here. Because is your question that if you have experience with Angular, is it a no to us? Is that your question? Maybe you can directly reply. Or didn't I get your question right? Because, I mean, if you, there's another one, but we have, so when you were, like when it was meant to be that writing Angular is a no to apply for one of our jobs, just try. I mean, there are some similarities, but it's maybe in details a bit different, but just try. We sometimes also have some exercises for our employees or our upcoming employees where we can have a in detail check what the skill set is like, and if it fits in the different areas, why not? I mean, that was your question. I hope it answered it. And then we have another question from Tim. Ben, why strict TypeScript? Without TypeScript, this would also work out. Yes and no. For example, for our current project, it's vital to have some strict typings and have some stability in our software stack, because we have many different packages which rely on each other, and we need to have type safety, because whenever you don't know what to expect, this might lead to errors or your application to crash, and this is something we can't afford in this project. And also, this is some learning. If you once did TypeScript, why would you not use TypeScript anymore? This is my personal opinion.
Yeah, and then Lena is asking if it's possible to do job rotations within the company. I would say it depends, of course, on the department and the general framework of the departments, but I would say yes, you can apply and ask for it. We have also training programs in place, but we are always setting them up very individually because we want to give big flexibility to our organization and departments. So, yes. Perfect. Okay, are there any other questions? Lena, Tim, Max, Carlis. Do you have any other questions? I don't remember all the other names. But yeah, I really want to mention one more time, if it sounds interesting to you, just apply, or you can also contact the recruiters which are listed on our career page and get in touch with them, or just call them and have a phone call and get all the information you need. We would really like to get in touch with you.
That's a new question, also from Jose.
That's a nice one.
What do you love about Dept? So maybe we can answer like the both of us.
Yeah.
For me personally, it's although we are growing and some things might change, it's still a company where you can talk to each other and you don't have any barriers when it comes to hierarchy levels or something. So you are heard, and it's not as you are talking to persons you never met in person before. Even if you're talking to people working at different locations and even remotely, it feels like there is some relation already.
Yeah, +1. I think a lot of colleagues here are super helpful, and that's just a really nice environment to work in. I love that too about Dept. As I mentioned before, I love the local familiar feeling Dept has in combination with the international organization framework, which gives you the opportunity to grow. And yeah, I also love my team, of course, and just the way we work together and the flexibility you have too. I think that's also really special about Dept. And also I want to add one last thing and then I stop. Also that we always look at the individual. We have our guidelines and our policies, but if someone has a problem or needs support, then in the end we will still look at a person individually. And I think that's special about Dept. Yes, and Moses asked another question. Nice, we're in the run.
What are career growth opportunities for the full stack architect role? Thanks for response in advance. So currently I would say, so if you want to do something else than like working on the job, one possible solution for you might be to be something like a team lead. There might be an actual role like this, and if you're interested in leading people, like not only on a tech level but also on like salary and whatever, there might be something for you. But this is something you can create with us. So if you feel like there's a dead end for you in your career, you can always talk to your supervisor, and there might be something for you.
Yeah, and then there's another question from Surush. Can you please give us some examples of the challenges you faced in your recent projects? Do you have any in mind?
I mean, this is probably in general for every project where you are bringing different APIs together, like different services, microservices. You always need to see that these are like working independently, but your application is not working independently. So you either need to make sure that your application is also working with one of these services not working, or you don't rely on the services that much and like make your application more modular, so that some parts of your application are not displayed or are not there if the third-party system is not around. But I would say, like in these architectures, this is the biggest challenge. And also, if you're working on a serverless stack, there might be some surprising challenges too.
Yeah. All right. Any other questions? I repeat myself one more time. So if you're interested, really just get in contact with us and feel free to apply at our website. And also feel free to just call our recruiters to have a chat or a talk. Yes, that's it from our side, I would say. Are there more questions? Yes, nice. Is it necessary to have a strong portfolio for student applicant?
That's a good question. Do you have an answer for it?
A strong portfolio.
Yeah, so like, what is the entry barriers for somebody being like a student and wants to write an application?
Yeah.
Well, are there any? I mean,
well, we look at every application individually and then have a talk and then decide if you fit to Dept and if you have the right competencies and background to join Dept. So I would say there's no barrier, so just feel free to reach out. And yeah, of course, we are not only looking at the skills and competencies you have, we also look at the cultural fit. Personality. So yes, just feel free to apply, I would say. Thanks for asking. Other questions? Tell me more about the zebra.
There's a lot you can find out yourself if you are watching YouTube, I would say.
Yeah, I give you the, you can watch the Dept Festival 2019 after movie. Then you will find out more about it. That's our mascot from Dept, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's total colorful fit, I would say. Black and white.
Yeah, black and white is our logo too. Yeah.
So is there anything else more? There's something? No, there's nothing.
No.
Okay, it was just a bit jumping.
Can you tell us more about the career development opportunities?
I would say it really depends where you start from. So the one opportunity I was already mentioning was like going from TypeScript React engineer to the architect level. Mm-hmm. But there's also a lot of like horizontal switching possible. So for example, you could switch to backend development if you wanted to. But also if you want to go the career path to lead people, this is what I also mentioned. This is not something which is like coming every day, these opportunities, because you only need people to lead a team if there is a lot of people you need to lead. Yeah, maybe there's also something for going into strategy, into consulting. If you want to work more with clients and talk more with clients, or you want to go into sales business, there's a lot of things happening, and I think there will also, when Dept is even growing bigger, there will be even more opportunities.
Yeah, so basically you can say from senior on, we have 2 career paths, on the leadership career path and then also the expert career path.
Yeah.
Yes. Right.
Okay.
Then I would say, Stefan is telling me already to stop, has to stop now. As I said from the beginning, the team chat, the chat team will be available for you up to 10 minutes after the chat. We really enjoy talking to you. Thank you for all of your questions. It was really nice how you also interacted with us. And if you want to reach out to us, to our recruiting colleagues, or to anyone else who works at Dept, feel free to do it. Feel free to apply. Remember, you can just click on the very left corner to get to our job descriptions. And yeah, thank you so much for your time and being with us.
And please, please don't be afraid to apply for a job. If you're not coming from Germany, as we already said, there are no barriers. Yes. We are all talking English. You can learn German. You can move to Germany. You can work remotely, dependent on the job offers Dept is having, like internationally. So just give it a try.
And we work really hard to feel everyone, to make everyone feel welcome and integrated.
Yeah.
All right, we have to stop now. Thank you so much. It was fun with you. And see you next time in our next live recruiting event.
Yeah, have a great evening.
Bye-bye.
Bye.